So we're just outside the house, and I'm just going to go through the modes while I have a walk around. So at the moment, this is the ultra low level of 900 lumens, and that is just heaps a lot, even for ultra low. So I'll just point it down to the feet. Heaps a lot at your feet. It's the low level there. Just making our way up to this paddock up here so I can show you a bit of range to it. So that's the medium one. Medium 2. That's the high level there. So those trees up there are about 200 meters away. Bump it up to turbo. Those trees over there are about 240 meters. Just heaps of light. House up there is about 170 meters. My house there is about 60 meters away, 50, 60 meters. Just absolutely incredible. So this is the Acebeam X75 with 80,000 lumens. That is for the 6500K color temperature version, or 75,000 lumens for the 5000K, and that is what I have here, is the 5000K. And yeah, this is 12 times XHP, CREE XHP 70.2 LEDs in here, perfectly centered. And it just looks absolutely awesome, this light. I've never received anything quite like it. This is a first for me reviewing anything with a built-in fan, or with some serious power. So yeah, it's just so well machined. Just the level of detail is just amazing compared to what I'm used to from like Sofin and Convoy and more cheaper models. I have reviewed a few Acebeam models like the E70 Mini and the Rider RX, and this is just so incredible compared to anything else. So for this here, you have the built-in, you've got the fan and the controls all built into the handle. You can't remove the handle and use the light with any switch on the light itself, which is quite alright, because on from some of the tests that I've seen, it can get up to 80 degrees Celsius for longer use, and you're just not going to be able to hold that at all. Even though the battery tube and the pack is actually entirely separate, from the head, like it's just held together by I think it's 6 pillars in here. I won't take the handle out because I already showed that on my demo at the start, just to save time. That's a pressure relief valve here for, I'm guessing, for the battery pack, maybe if it failed and it needed to vent. There's the valve there, just a one-way valve, so to hold to keep the waterproof rating intact. So this is a 4,250 milliamp hour, 14.4 volt pack here. Some have said that they don't want to have a built-in battery pack, but with the added resistance of springs, and it would cause too much voltage drop, and you wouldn't be able to achieve such a high lumen output. I wasn't able to measure the lumens on this. It's just too big to fit into my lumen tube, so I've just had to use the manufacturer's specs on that, which is okay. I only picked this up because I wanted to show my drone photos. That's it. I had no interest in owning one of these. It was entirely just for you guys. I've always wanted to, when I first started out, I always said I would love to see something high powered like the Immelent MS18, and this came up, and I thought, well, I may as well grab this, since Immelent weren't interested in sending me theirs, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity. And it's just, the drone photos just turned out absolutely awesome. Very, very happy with that. It took me about 20 hours of trying out different locations, a trial and error kind of thing of getting those photos for you guys. But hopefully I get a bit of interest from the other brands from this kind of just the photos. I hope they pay attention and send me better models in the future, so we can keep getting this kind of photography. It's just completely different to what others do. But yeah, so the fan comes completely out of here. It's that's waterproof, so you can wash it, and the fan also as well. One thing that I would be a little bit wary of is just if the fan is running, just to maybe you can turn off the fan with just a single press of the auxiliary switch, and before you go and place it down, if you're perhaps on a farm or in a field and there's like stalks of maybe a crop or that's been harvested, and there's stalks or grass or sticks in the paddock, the last thing you want is it going through these fins here into the fan and damaging the fan. So just keep that in mind. To always just turn the fan off before you place it down. Yeah, so one little downside that this came with like rubbery adhesive glue stuff all over the tail cap. I had to spend quite a while cleaning it off. It was all over the back of this handle. So I think they were in such a rush to get this thing out that they actually missed doing a quality control check. So that was a bit it was a little bit disappointing having to start cleaning stuff off such an expensive model, or for me, expensive for me anyway. I'm used to like a $60 flashlight, so expensive for me, but very, very well priced for what it is. Anyway, this is a power bank as well. It features up to 100 watt charging, so you can get it charged, the battery pack, in 1 hour, but I prefer to charge it at the 60 watt for an hour and a half, just to keep the battery optimal, just the life over time, just not to charge the cells inside too fast. Just since it is an integrated pack, you can't just go and remove them and put new ones in. You have to buy another pack. I hope you guys enjoyed my little demo there with the color changing cap. So this changes its temperature at 55 degrees Celsius to that silver color. Yeah, so that was cool. I haven't been able to do any runtime graphs or anything on this, but I did see on a forum that it was able to, someone did a test, I think it was on a German forum, and they were able to, it starts on the 23,000 lumen high level, and then it drops down to 17,000 lumens, and it's able to hold that for almost 30 minutes, and that's just phenomenal to achieve such an output for so long. But I won't go over everything because I didn't actually get this light to do a proper review. It's just for the photography to show you guys how it performs, because no one's ever going to provide those drone beam shots like I do. Let's see. So the fan has got variable speeds on it, so it reacts speeds up to the different temperatures. So when it's only slightly heating up, it's only going very, very slow, but it is quite loud. But I have no experience with other models of their fan designs. I just don't know how they sound, how loud they are, but it's so much better than some other models that have the fan built into the handle on the side here, so it's just pushing air over the fins, and this just keeps it able to operate the best it can. Really, you can put your hand over the heatsink here with the fan going, and it's really pushing out all that warm air. You can really feel it working. But yeah, really excited to see what Acebeam have got in store for us in the future with this kind of design, because the fan, it's really doing what it's meant to do there. It's not just like an afterthought that they've chucked it on the handle. One thing, they've got the mechanical lockout here, and I use that all the time. I think it's great. It's way better than having to do a certain number of clicks to do an electronic lockout. You just flick it up when I'm putting it down or in a bag. These switches, so that's your main switch for cycling the levels and turning it on, and that's your Momentary Turbo. I just find that these are sometimes a bit hard to press and get them to actually activate, but it's good solid feel to them, no movement at all, very, very well made. And if there is any issue with your switch, these screws, they just come out and the switch lifts out, and you can put a replacement straight down in there. So it's way better than some of these models where the switch is built onto the driver. It's just very, very easy to replace. One thing, has the eco and power modes, and the one thing that I'm quite disappointed of is that they're all the same lumen levels. The whole point of an eco level to me is to conserve your battery life, your battery status, like your power, and I wish that they had used a lower eco level. They're both eco and power modes share the same 900 lumen ultra low, and they really sort of missed out on an opportunity there, because they say it lasts 8 hours, but if you're away from a power source, I would like to have longer than 8 hours there. So in the eco is only got a lower step down level, so they both of them share the high is 23,000 lumens for both modes, and both have the 80,000 lumen turbo, and the only difference is that eco has a lower step down level. Excuse me. I wish they had something at maybe a 45,000 lumen level, or even on the power mode I kind of wish they had an in-between level, because you can get a much longer duration of output there. Instead of something like a minute until it's back down to the 23,000 lumen level, you could have something halfway in between, allowing you to have a longer burst at a higher output, than the 23,000 lumens. So that is a bit of a downside to me, just a missed opportunity for it, and I hope they improve on that in the future. But phenomenal light as it is. But yeah, so I'll just I haven't been able to test it, but they say it's got a 98% high efficient constant current driver, but I can't test that, so I don't really like just repeating information. But yeah, we'll get into the UI and go over it. I think I've covered as much as I need to without making this too much longer. You can lock it out here, or you've got the threads that are anodized on the battery pack. I won't take that off, just to save time, as if you want to stop any parasitic drain on the battery, you can just give it an unscrew, and that will lock it out as well. So yeah, we'll just go over the UI and then we'll wrap this up. So you've got the power indicator here, and that turns that's green above 30% and red below. And then you've got, this is the the main switch here that turns it on and off. And then you've got the auxiliary switch here. So if you hold down the auxiliary switch for 3 seconds from off, it will change between they call it windy mode for the fan on, but that's just to turn the fan on and off. Hold for 3 seconds, do 10 presses from off, will change it to your power mode. It ships out on the eco level, and so just do 10 presses from off, and that will switch between the two modes. If it's on turbo, you can do if you're on turbo from the main switch, you can do one single press of the auxiliary switch here, and it will drop it back down to your previous level. So it's one click on, that's onto your memorized level, or it's hold from off, it gets you the ultra low, and then if you hold from here, it will just go through your 4 higher levels. So that's your low, mid 1, mid 2, and your high, and it will just cycle through them. And then it will and then double press for the turbo. You can hear the fan going, and you can double press again of the main switch, and that drops it back down to your previous level. Or of course, you can just single tap the auxiliary switch. Triple tap, which I won't do inside here, is 60,000 lumens of your strobe. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple operation. I really, really love this light. But yeah, I most likely am going to be selling this for what I paid for it. Anyone in New Zealand looking for a good discount on this, I've just got no use for it myself. It's just going to sit on its shelf. I would normally, pull something out to only do comparisons with other reviews, but the chances of getting something this high output to do comparisons on again in the near future is not likely. So someone else may as well enjoy it, and just to get in touch. I may already have a buyer lined up, but yeah, just in case, I'll leave a comment. I'll leave a comment down below if it's sold or not, just so you're not wasting time. But I was only able to get this for review through the store over in Australia. I'm in New Zealand, but they hooked me up with being able to get this at a good discount, and I really appreciate it. So if you're in Australia, go over to Light Shop, and awesome service, great prices, and they have this model in stock, and I'll leave a link also for their store. But yeah, thank you so much, Adam, for helping me out, being able to make this possible, being able to get it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it.